Hello everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Title Tuesday. We are here just in the nick of the time. The round is about to begin any moment actually. It's hardly 20 seconds to go. But yeah, a bit of a late start, but we are here finally. We have made it the second Title Tuesday in a row. I think that should be a bit of a record for 2024, my personal record. So let's go. Let me put on some music. I got a bunch of uh, I got a bunch of copyright claims in my previous games have begun. For the previous stream, I don't know why. All of them were played from the NCS library, which literally means no copyright sound. So not sure what went wrong then. Meanwhile, I hope the audio and everything is fine. You're at least able to hear what I'm talking, which is already a great start. Hello, Anshika, man. I'm so honored to have you on the chat here today. We had a very similar position recently against someone. I don't remember whom. It was a very quick win. I think this was in the last title Tuesday only. I don't remember what I played in that particular game. Bishop g4 looks good. f3, of course. We move our bishop away. 4. Back. I think. Puts his position very solid. His position becomes really solid. Yeah. He further solidifies it. Want to trade these light square bishops off. So that he's left with this dark square bishop. But it's not going to be a quick win in this game. I think this much we can be sure of. What I'm bringing this rook for, because I really need e5 to start my counterplay. Doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. I was considering playing g5 and then e5. Let's just chop this off. Rather than live in uncertainty. The thing is, he can take with the queen now, yeah. I wanted to get my knight to d6, but we are like one more shot. So I'm going to prevent him from playing knight d3 whilst we prepare our knight to come there. Expected move at all. Just putting him under some discomfort. Can solve this with b4, but it's a bit of a committal move. Now we are on time to get our knight to the square of its dreams. I can counter it with knight c5 though. I'm intending e6 because for b4 I have queen into a3. So far we are on target. Things under control for the moment. Yeah, knight c5 played, e6 played. b4 we have queen into a3. The point is, if my queen goes to b6, he has knight d7. Goes bishop c1 for this point is a weak point, but if he takes, we have rook f6. So still has queen g4. I'll play a capricious move. If he takes this, we have rook f6. If he takes this, queen b6, knight c5, knight into d4. He doesn't take either of those pawns, then I'm not sure what to do. which probably is the right thing for him to do. He just has to defend against the threat of 1984, and okay, he takes this. I was somehow I had a intuitive feeling that he would fall into it. It's a kind of unagi developed over years of playing chess. All that pain just for one pawn, but we do have a passed pawn. We trade queens or not. In general, we don't mind trading queens, but let him be the one to take the decision. Because when we allow people to take decisions, we can be sure that they will make mistakes. Taking decisions is the root cause of all mistakes. We do need the rook on d6, attacking the b2 pawn and defending the a6 pawn. b4 makes sense. From a strategic perspective, white is not doing all that bad, actually, because white's pawn structure is a bit better. So it's going to be quite tricky to win this one, if at all we can. The trick in Blitz is to keep playing fast and keep the game going. But my rook on d6 doesn't seem possible. Sure, what to do. So just go for this. We have done this much faster. Going for it without calculating much. Rook in d6, I hope I have d3 check. Go for it. He saw it. Maybe intent here. A d2 here. Yeah? Queen b2 check, we have 22. He has rook e8 check. Yeah, the king g7. Nice. I was just a bit stronger than him in tactics and calculation. And I think that was enough to make all the difference required. The position was equal for the most part, although at this point it looked like I had a advantage. I had to play c5, which I understood. I understood that c4, c5, c4 was useful, but the obvious. Wow, we have a super chat. Here's a super chat from Rishabh Tripathi. Thank you so much. Although I'm not used to people saying nice shirt because it's been nice dress since forever. What is happening, Anshika? Why are you not able to switch off the chat? I'm very surprised. There's some new setting by YouTube that disallows us to reset the chat, switch off the chat, because I also don't seem to be able to switch it off. Ah, okay. That's because I always look at the wrong place. But yeah, I also don't seem to be able to switch off the chat. Oh yeah, I can. I saw the place. Cool. I'll uh, I'll switch off the chat as we head into the next game. Meanwhile, people, let's have a look at what's going on in Sharjah, which is really super interesting. And it's been a long time since we had a look at the games. It's been a long time since I commented on games, so let's go there. Let's have a look at that. These are the top games. Arjun is clearly winning. You can see his pawn there on d7, one step away from queening, and this is going to help him put a lot of pressure on black. So Arjun having a big advantage. Shamsuddin against Parham, it's complex. I love this view, by the way. And there are some games you cannot see, but Yu Yangi is losing. Setu has a balanced position. Amin Tabatabai again has a clear advantage against Pranav. At the very least, he's up by a pawn. He's just taken knight into h6. Well, just allow me to make a quick Insta story as we are here. Hello, Amay. What's up, guys? So let me try to do it once, Anshika, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It's okay. What can we do? Oh, my next game has started, by the way. I completely didn't get the notification. Let's go back there. I already lost 15 seconds and we are going to lose further time because I am turning off the chat right now. But surprisingly, my opponent didn't play the third move. So far, we are getting back all the time. Wow. Or am I disconnected? Am I disconnected, chat? Are we disconnected? No, we are not. We are not disconnected, and he's played a strange move which allows me to exert pressure on these 2 points. Generally, this last structure doesn't happen with the bishop on g4. So this is a strange move by him. And if he takes on f3, we can even insert queen into b7 is my thought. So I expect him to play something like queen b6, then we take on d5. We can also play knight e5 in between, but I want to take on d5 because it's better if he takes recaptures with the pawn here. And this looks wrong. We'll play e6 here, but okay. We have two tempos right out of the opening. So if my opponents play like this in the opening, then I'm happy to give a 15-second deficit. Is this what Magnus Carlsen does? Is this what he pulls off each time? Time to bring the pieces, trying to develop them. Takes, knight 4 f knight e4, knight e4, knight e4, bishop f4, knight f6. We go bishop c2. This is the plan. Then the rooks come to the center, rook b1, rook f1, and you see this bishop is literally imprisoned by its own pawns. Takes, the bishop goes back. For the moment, we don't want to really trade the queen, but how do we evade it? I don't see a way to evade it, so I guess we need to go with the flow. It's such a pity because I do think we can absolutely crush black if we keep the queen on. Maybe I should just go queen d3. Go for it. Queen b2, we have c5. Nah, shouldn't work. He'll be fine, I think. But okay, let's just go for it. Just a title Tuesday game. Who cares? It goes for c5 anyway. Full threat. Yeah? Right here, but he goes 9 p7. I need a hit here's 9 into e5. So let's just go for something simple. Develop a bishop. Bishop. Such a nice bishop. Towering over blacks. Attack. It is then feel play feels very ungraceful. Position also feels ungraceful. I mean, ungraceful is not in a word. Disgraceful is the word, but disgraceful seems harsh. He's kind of slipping away, but he's kind of slipping away, and I feel like we lost the major part of our advantage. Yeah, we have lost a major part of our advantage. Black is kind of okay. It's sad. It's such a good opening. I just blended the pawn out here. Such a simple blender that there's no hope of me not even spotting. I mean, not spotting it. Once, once. Even seeing visibility. Yeah, I guess so. No, I think we need to do some damage control. Make difference. It's an ugly move to make strategically. So we can just hopelessly lost. We're not losing this one. We have been sad. We draw. Yeah. Horrible game, but okay. Starting trouble. Now let me turn back the chat on and let's see if my mods are able to do it from the next one onwards. Is there any chance? No. How big was my advantage early in the game? Pretty substantial. It's a good advantage, but maybe not as much as I thought. I needed some precision here. Got a bit too careless. Yeah, Bishop C3 was better. Yeah, I needed to be a lot more precise at this point. Initially, I thought rook in d5 traps the queen, but he had queen h4. Anyway, it's just a bad game, and let's just forget it and move on. Aditya, there was like can't hear you, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my audio is fine. So please check your audio output. Meanwhile, chat, what are your predictions for Sharjah? Who do you think is going to win? Is Arjun going to keep it going, or do you feel there is going to be human limitations coming in the way of his energy? At least for this round, I feel Arjun is going to take it. He has a massive advantage. Let's look at the second half of the fleet. Meanwhile, there is also Nihal playing there, but I think Nihal seems to be having a bad position against Yagis Khan. He's under some pressure, but nothing that he cannot quickly overcome. Meanwhile, round 3 has started. So let's get back to that. And Anshika, see if you're able to turn off the chat. Not, I shall do it myself. Hold exchange variation. Yeah, bishop d6. I don't quite remember what I wanted here. We just take this and we go short castle. These positions had a big change of evaluation. Maybe I should have started. Okay, place it anyway. For some reason, I'm reading my opponent's name as Akash. I wonder if that's his actual name. Akashify 2800. But somehow it does feel like the name's Akash. Okay. This move's a bit annoying. Maybe I should have been a bit more careful and not allowed it. Bring the queen back. What he might play. I wanted to capture this, but maybe I can start with queen h5 and then do, or I can just start with also works fine. So queen h5. Here's rook f5 here. Looks fine for black actually. This position looks totally fine. In fact, black is better here. They're the ones who need to be careful. not end up worse. This title Tuesday, I'm playing a whole lot worse than the last couple of title Tuesdays. And you can kind of just feel it in the energy level, I think, right at the beginning, how the tournament is going to. He's definitely going to sacrifice at some point. He might just do it right away. I threw the bait, but I'm not sure if it was a good bait to throw for me. Not yet, but it's going to happen. I'm sure his hand is itching to play it. Now it won't happen anymore. Good move by him. I think I'm forced to take it. Pretty good move. This pawn office is just superior. Here the rookets start with rook h2. If you want to threaten queen into f5, red sun we have queen into g6. Like we have some chance back into the game chat. Whenever my opponent goes into an extended thing, I have to check my thing. And we have queen into g6. Takes, then we have queen h8 and rook h7. Otherwise, we have like g4 in the back. Wanted e3 on the. He can still play e3 and just play g4. To pressure him on the pawn. Very important thing. So we have rook d1. Save no. We can hence pick my queen here, but he has rook to g5 all the time. I'll move my rook. The book queen is on. Stop. He just got under pressure. He played well. He played excellently, and I just rose under the pressure. Couldn't see a way to improve. It was all fine until this point. Until this point, it was all. He did not collapse, which was good on him. Had to just play some good G on Luki, and just didn't occur to me. Just was completely. I don't know why I didn't think of Luki on at all. E6 was a panic move already. By this time, it was just lost. Okay, Anshika is not able to turn off the chat. So from the next game onwards, I guess I'll need to do it myself. It's so annoying, by the way, the new rules. But getting back to Sharjah, we see quite a few games. Okay, so let's look at the games one by one as much as we can, with whatever time we have. We'll get more time after the break, after the next game. Now it says Raunak has already drawn his game against Gabrielescu, but I was really surprised to see such a quick draw from Raunak that I do suspect uh, that the broadcast is not accurate. There is also the game between Abhimanyu Mishra against Ritvik, which says 0-1, but this is most certainly not 0-1. And I think it's likely going towards 1-0 here, because after queen into g7 and queen into h8, looks like white is going to be a piece up. Black will get back the a8 knight with b5. So let's see. Takes. So this is good for Abhimanyu Mishra. Abhimanyu Puranik against the Beast. Adiban is also about equal. There are just so many games, so many Indian games. How is Nihal's position? Nihal is playing against an upcoming prodigy, one of the brightest talents. My game has begun. So, turning off the chat for now, and let's go. We need to get a couple of wins going at least, get back to a respectable score. All in the court. Yeah, e5, e5, e5. For this, what are we supposed to do? I think it's just bishop e7 here. I think it's just bishop e7 here. At least I play the opening part correct. So let's have success. I mean, it's not quite half, literally, but it's certainly something. I'm not sure if I should allow him this, but I guess it's okay for now. I'm hoping he plays rook d1 and then I capture and then I play f5 and I think I'm winning a piece. This is what I had seen. Ah, but here's 96. There's that kind of a day today where I'm seeing these kind of things. Still, I guess it's okay. Knight to c8. Yeah, I think still it's kind of okay. The position is not that bad. In the a5 for my, how do we further gain control? Oh, should be okay. Still for bishop g4. Start with bishop g4. Do a little intermezzo. Why not? Right? Use rook e1, then I take on d4. I can take or I can give a check, but I don't see a lot to gain from the check. Yeah, h3 is what I thought he might play. What if bishop h4 here? If and then it's a checkmate. It's a dangerous move because bishop h4 here is g3. Even is also interesting. But it's might win a pawn. Might be the better thing to do. So that quite late, but it works. This pawn. So c2 is attacked, d6 is attacked simultaneously. Did not see this move. We don't want to give up our pair of bishops, even if it means we don't win this pawn in the short term. The pair of bishops are quite important. As you can see in this position, these two bishops control so much more compared to the knights. Okay, and that would have been a illegal move. Actually, d5 here. They go bishop e4. e7. Got to go for this for now. Let's see what he replies and then we'll figure things out. Maybe knight c6 is just bishop e3. Knight c8 he wants. Bishop to b5, knight d6 is his intention. King e6 here, knight f4. Attacking this knight. Finally, we might win this one. I'm still not sure though. He can play knight. Yeah, he with these tricky knights, he has this knight d6. Ooh, might be winning a pretty sure. Look at it. Take this knight at b4. Unstoppable from Pune. So finally a win after such a long time, such horrible games. Finally have a win. That is also back. Did you guys see the tweet from Albania's Twitter? I'm sure a lot of people might have. How is the title Tuesday itself going, by the way? Savita is out there at 4 out of 4. Nice. Hikaru, Grishchuk. Magnus is probably not playing because he's busy with the Champions Chess Tour. Which reminds me, Hikaru is a major notable absentee from the Champion Chess Tour. I wonder why. The chess child, Ilam Parthi, is also with 4 out of 4. Anish with 4 out of 4. Seems to be having a good title Tuesday. And a lot of notable absentees because they're all playing at Sharjah, which we'll have a look at right away. So there's going to be a 6-minute break after this game. I mean, after the fourth round. So what is going on in Sharjah? So many strong players out there. Jim has a max advantage once again. Black seem to have given up games in order to take out this thing. The White can still create another passer on the queen side, whereas Black's pieces are quite far from it. So Arjun is better. You needs to have actually fought. Oh, that was a transition error. At one point, was transition error. Just Setu against Raja, a pretty complex position with time scramble approaching. There is no additional support in Sharjah. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Queen into f6. One thing is g takes f6, knight h7 check, and rook g8 wins the game. So V Pranav, the winner of Dubai Polis, is struggling in the first round against Amin Tavatakar. Do you think Gukesh will skip Olympiad due to the match and one more spot might open up? It's quite possible, Tanmay. It's quite possible. Uh, but I don't. Arvind is a bit far off the list, I think, right now. So it might take a while for Arvind to reach. A couple of players might need to not play in order for Arvind to get there. Hello, Soli. What's up? Hey, Aryan. Hey, guys. Just yeah. There's first Estelle, and then there's Nihal, and then comes Arvind. But if multiple players express disinterest in playing the tournament, then it's possible. Done. Story Shem, and we are back here. Arvind are higher than SL now. No, it doesn't work that way. Firstly, I'm not sure if that is true. But secondly, even if he's higher on the live rating list, it is the average of the 3 months of April, May, and June. So a late push from Arvind might not necessarily help his cause. It's not it's not like whoever is higher rated, but it's the average rating. So yeah, looking at the other games, Steve seems to have already against Peralta. Hans Neiman, how is Hans doing? Hans also has not a great position, but he has a lot more time, which matters a lot in this time. Nihal, good chances to hold this, pretty decent chances, but White is clearly the one in the driver's seat. Quite strong. He can just take this knight and then take this pawn, and then slowly work his way towards taking Black's position. Just checking how much time is remaining for the games to for the fifth round to start. Wait, has the game already started? The fifth round? Okay. But the timer is showing zero. Confused. But okay, if it starts, it starts. We'll get to that. I have refreshed quite a few times. Yeah, I'm surprised. But an upcoming super talent, someone you might hear about quite a lot in the future. One of the next talents. Back at some point in this year. What what are your thoughts? I personally always felt that it's only a matter of time for everyone to make a comeback. But it has been a matter of time for a really long time now. But having said that, I still do believe in him because class is permanent, right? But let's see. It might be the stream lag then, right? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if my stream is. I'm not sure if my stream is completely without lag. But yeah, it might be a stream lag. In that case, do refresh. It just show the screen status as poor though. Since I'm playing and doing so many things, I'm not quite sure how to have this rectified. I don't know first of all why I'm lagging because my internet seems pretty decent otherwise. But yeah, there used to be 300 players in Title Tuesday once upon a time. That was like the average number. Just crazy. Oh, the game has begun by the way. The fifth round is here, guys. So let's quickly check back to that. And one potential reason for the stream lag could also be that I had the eval bar on whilst looking at the Sharjah games. So that takes up quite a bit of the hardware. So with that switched off, maybe the stream will also. I know that D5 is the tail, but okay, don't remember the tail. So we're going for something much less ambitious. Out of the opening. Just want to avoid a theoretical backdoor. Position is dead equal. Dead equal. Almost as dead as my Discord server. Oh, I forgot to switch off the chat. But do we care? I mean, who cares? I think these things only matter if they're playing for a prize, and we two are not even remotely close. I don't know how I can possibly win from this position, but let's see. Knight f4, that will be bishop f1. Knight d4. Let's just wait with something like king f2, yeah. So f5, we have knight d3. It's a useful defensive move, and clearly he seems to want to beat me. So let him try. Great, we will wait. Covering this file. 2, 3, and our knight is going to d5. Nothing wrong with playing knight d5 here, though. I don't think so. We play it. Just one check in g4. Nothing to come. But I missed this check. How bad is it? Can take the c7 pawn, that's one option. Another option is to play something like f4, which doesn't seem like it should work. I missed that he can just take this. It blind spot. So hoping that he might miss this, but I mean he's not new, so we'll see why he. So h3 is a good move. Yes, we need to take this. Just try and fight. Hope against hope. To somehow try and get one of those pawns. You can get one of his pawns, it might actually be quite tricky for him. Yeah, okay, I can just take the b4. Try to win this. Try to win this. Pawns will start rolling. Like I got a bit overoptimistic. Let's defend. Let's defend with everything we have. He tried to flag him for a second, but who am I to flag him? Like such a bad game. Yeah, here probably the simplest way to draw was to go into the pawn and give. But it's actually tricky. I could have lost this. Good that I didn't go into this. Hello, hurt. How many years you got in chess, Anshika? Hikaru with 5 out of 5. Prag is playing today. Wow. Prag also with 5 out of 5. Ilam Parthi with 5 out of 5. Anish lost against whom? Savita also lost to 4 out of 5. Wow, Ilam defeated Anish. Nice. Nice. It's a good scalp for young Ilam. A bunch of people on 4 out of 5. Just typical fifth round standing of the Diary Tuesday. Meanwhile, back to Sharjah without the well bar, which seems to be slowing the stream down. Arjun has taken another pawn as well. So he has these connected passed pawns and he's cruising against Iltad Shafali. I think Parham's games you're not so interested. Seems like SL has drawn his first game. So we have a result in that game. And Nihal also drew his game. Wow. We see quite a bit of upbeat draws today within 30 moves, which I'm not sure is great. Meanwhile, in the Abhimanyu Mishra Ritvik game, we do have this position, which we were at, which is just a big advantage for White due to the ease at which he can create a passed pawn. Black will be too slow to take this and come back. Harika is also playing the Sharjah Masters, by the way. She has drawn her first game against Manuel Petrosian. And the guy in the last board is not quite the last board, but towards the last boards is Abhijit Gupta against Bibisara, where it seems like Abhijit is pressing a little bit due to the weakness of this pawn. But black also seems to be holding solidly for the moment. And there is propensity to create the fast pawn. Meanwhile, game 6 has started, so quickly switching back. Just standing up for Nihal's upset in the World Cup. Yeah, I know. I was right there. It was quite painful. Those were somehow nostalgic days. Somehow it feels like a very long time ago, the pre-COVID times. Feels like a really long time ago. Almost as if it's from a bygone era. It's hardly been 5 years since the World Cup in 2019, but it does feel like it's been a massively long time. My opponent is apparently disconnected. Wow. My internet is in a pretty good shape, but my opponent is disconnected. And he's back. My opponent seems to be a young player from England, going by the flag. Generally, candidate masters are young because one of the ways to get the title is by age group medal. I don't know if I should have played E6. Feels wrong after looking at his move. The knight to F1. What if he takes? We take with the bishop. It's okay. Let's. The important thing is to keep the game going. Doesn't want this pawn. He wants only this pawn. Clever decision. Very intelligent decision, but it's an even opposite color bishop in game. Exactly. We have an H5. 4. Is F5. We have H5 G4. Takes. We have rook F2 check and move the B2. And play rook F1 though. Take this. Something feels off in this position. Start with H5 and then play rook G8, or start with rook G8. Main thing is to get access down by G5. Yes, because it saves a bit of time. Quite defensive. This, because we are going to take this. Now we have rook F7, but just doesn't feel right. I think the king just F7 anymore. Quite expect him to play this. But I have rook F2 check. Goes king E3, there's rook F3. If it goes king E1 though, it goes king D1. E3 isn't a problem for him right now because he can just take the bishop. Some bishop G5 for the moment. Take one pawn. G4. H4, that's one option. There is the possibility of rook D2 check. Can I also play E3 somewhere? So the time is also ticking down. So I need to bring my king into the action. Priority. D2 check would have been useful in any situation at all. Heading towards E3 and potentially to D3. One low on time. You know why he played bishop a6? Now we push our a pawn. Push our a pawn. Mindful of that. This is just completely easily win. Let's wait to finish him off. Bishop and 2 pawns up. Nothing to stop our pawn from winning. So 4 out of 6. Hikaru is also winning. He goes to 6 out of 6 along with Duda, Prag. There's also Grishchuk, who is playing right now with 5 out of 5. Also potentially going towards 6 out of 6. Anish has 5 and Savita has 5. Elisa has 5. Lot of people on 5. We have such a bad start that our time break is going to be terrible. But right now, the I think the biggest problem is there's just not enough money flowing down. There's only enough money for a very few players out there at the top. The money is quite not trickling down. And there was also a tweet by Jordan today about the conditions for grandmasters rated around 2600 to 2699. It is a sad situation. I remember back in the 90s, older grandmasters, they remarked about how grandmasters used to have much better conditions in the 90s. Conditions as in, an appearance fee, your travel is covered, your stay is covered, and whatever you win is your income. Now, moving to today, an average grandmaster simply doesn't get conditions in a lot of tournaments, and not even the accommodation is covered in a lot of tournaments, let alone your travel and other costs. Simply because there are a lot more grandmasters today, whilst the financial situation remains pretty much the same in chess. More money is not quite flowing into chess, at least not proportionately. So this is the fundamental problem, and FIDE does seem to have cut down the budget for the World Championship cycle. They used to organize the Grand Prix, which was part of the World Championship qualification cycle. And one prominent criticism is that the money taken from the Grand Prix, I mean, the Grand Prix is not organized anymore. It hasn't quite flowed into any of the other FIDE events. This has been one prominent criticism of FIDE. But yeah, long story short, we do need a improved system in chess. Right now, the present system it's not good enough. It's not a great situation for chess players because very few people end up being able to earn a living from chess. Dragon. Been a really long time since I've played such aggressive openings because I don't do a lot of 1-4 these days. All theory tells you what happened. Vaguely remember some of these ones. Now maybe he can go back to Shubhi. Clear that both of us are out of look actually. Now this bishop is low. It's low problem. The knight can't jump anywhere. Depending on the have threats of H. Bad fold. FG we have knight e6. And if he takes with the H pawn, then it's checkmate. Checkmate, game over, GG. Do something like this. How do we finish this off? Let's do the trick. King G7 we have knight e6, King H8 does rook again. Crushing win. Barely 20 moves. Also. After G4, yeah, something he made some mistake. Bishop E6 was a mistake, I guess. It very quickly went downhill for him. How strong was my opponent? Is he from China? Seems like I've lost to him once before. Does seem like he's from China, but I haven't heard of him. Or I don't remember. It's 23-31. Okay, nice, we'll take it. Hi, Tarun, but we do get why circuit was introduced, right? Uh, yeah, I mean, the motivation is also kind of sus. So the allegation is that the motivation was to simply for FIDE to spend less money on this and wash out their hands of the qualification cycle. Now, one way or another, it's clear that the system needs a lot of improvement. The playing system. It seems outdated. It seems like what was built in the 90s, and it doesn't seem to be keeping in touch with the present situation today. And a lot of professional players are struggling. Other people are making money, content creators, coaches, they are all making money in the chess scene. But the players themselves are struggling. And this is a very bad situation for chess. Ilam Parthi is white here. Black's threat is g5. So maybe he should play some queen g2. Position seems about even here. Black has gone back with the queen to e6, rook e1, h6. I guess with the idea of g5, or maybe not. I guess g5 is the idea. Get this bishop off the d6 pawn, and then knight comes to g6 and maybe potentially to. But okay, he plays it. Look at how fast black is playing. Jaime Santosh Latasha from Spain. The guy does really play fast, even in classical. Knight d3 played. 95, good move. Defending the d6 pawn. It takes just, yeah, I think black is fine. I want something to happen for white. H4 is a very nice move with the idea of creating the f5 square for the knight. But black should probably just take it. I don't like this mass trade, to be honest. But black is clearly exerting pressure on white on the clock. Ilham is happy to give this g3 pawn, but I wonder for what compensation. Meanwhile, what is happening in Prag's game? Prag is playing against Denis Lazovic and he's completely winning. So Prag will move to 7 out of 7. It seems like it's Prag's title Tuesday. Hikaru was also doing pretty well against Dura. Seems to be a big advantage on the clock, but the position is fine for black. It's about even, I should say. I guess the other games are just going on. This one seems to be the most interesting. So let's stick to this. Bishop h4, king h2 has been played. Knight e7, bringing the knight into the game. Queen e8, pinning this queen. Queen f6 maybe. H into g6 will be met by knight into g6. This king is so exposed. Yeah, it's game over. Bishop g3, queen f2 and queen h2. Can go king h3 though. Bishop f4 will win. So Ilham's run comes to an end. Sadly. Prag's run though, not yet. One pawn up and he is bound to win another pawn sooner or later. Just h4 maybe. Yeah, he just goes into a winning endgame. It's Prag with this technique. Could have been a lot cleaner though. But yeah, this is simple enough. c3 first, then with c3. c4 also. 4, 5 I guess. d5. 4. Now goes to c3. King c1, c2. Rook c3. Yeah, king b2 and he resigns. So 7 out of 7. Anish with 6 and Savita so far keeping pace with Anish. Pretty impressive. Where are we in the standings? How far behind are we? How far back into the oblivion? Wow. I really have to scroll quite a bit to find it. Not even in the top 100. 5 out of 7. Not even in the top 100. Crazy, but somehow today's title Tuesday seems to be stronger than usual, which is a bit surprising because a lot of people are out there in Sharjah. Checkmate Global Academy. I love your chess courses, sir. I have your London and Catalan on Chessable. Thank you so much, Checkmate Global Academy. Yeah, and Shika Prag is playing TT. I Tarun, I simply don't like how people like Arjun, Parham, Sindro, etc. don't get invites to the top two. How can they get equal chances of qualifying? That is a good question. I guess the answer, the burden of finding that answer is primarily on FIDE. So FIDE has to find that answer. This is a problem, which is exactly kind of problem that FIDE should come up with a solution for. Right, chat. Round 8 begins. After the end of this round, we'll go on a tour of the Sharjah games again. We are doing a lot of Dutch today. The third Dutch game because we have won two so far. The phase is literally same opening couple of rounds ago. If my opponent plays. Previous opponent played Knight H3, which was I think not a great. C4 is certainly better. A small trap, so he just moves his bishop away. Can I play E5 here though? It's queen H5 check. I used to get bishop E4 check. Queen H5 check. Preventing this. Thought he might play because bishop E4. Takes. Goes to C6. Is developed. Takes this. But very achieve much. Nevertheless, this is what we need to do. It's soft. He can go E6 here. Will he? Yeah, he does. Seems to be a decent player actually. So far, he's played better than me. So we really need to bring our pieces fast. The pawn is so super soft. I think this pawn or give to the approach. Bishop C3 check because of knight into C3. Hmm, something like C5 is possible. Okay, one of the brilliant tricks in Blitz is to get a bad position and then keep defending. So your opponent burns up time trying to convert it. Let's see if this works for this game. He's burning up time regardless. Is the move which I expected. into B1 and queen C2. Not really sure if I'll gain a lot of it. At the very least, I'll be able to create some fear. In this also. Queen D1 check for now, he has queen F1. So, big turn, what do we have? Then we have to go B8. Then we need to go all in. We go E2. Just some theatricality and deception. Queen E4 check, yes. Queen F3. Ooh, okay. Sad. Nothing is happening. Need to go into this. Although nothing is happening. Full defense mode. Overpriced thing. Just walked into 95, but fortunately he didn't follow. It was too much. Position there was just too much handicap. This time I myself got in the queen c6 was okay, but it doesn't matter. This was holdable endgame. King f6. King f6 was quite straightforward. I didn't even think this was queen e5. Still seems very sus for me. Meanwhile, it seems like Hikaru has defeated Prague. I almost guessed it before seeing that it had to be Hikaru. Anish seems to be doing well with 7 out of 8. One of his better titles these days. Savita has 6. Okay, we need to get more than Akhil's bottom chess. Not that it's much of a benchmark, but still. Hi, Tarun. So, do you think having 3 or more Grand Chess tournaments or for qualification is a good idea? As a top player, what can be bad about this? Other than a bit of luck factor. Oh, that 73.7 and she had 63.5. Yeah, Ishan, you do play better, except the opening cup. So let's see what is happening on in Sharjah. Meanwhile, the question answer to the question, Sai Tarun, I think the feeder circuit system itself is fine, but it needs tweaking. There has to be a way to bring in better cash flow, better money into the system. I think that is a solution. Arjun managed to win his first game, so he moves on further in the live ratings, keeps climbing and climbing. Good win from Arjun. Now he's at 27.65. Rajapur drew against Setu in the first round. This was the final position. The position is pretty equal. So quite a few draws on the first day. Sevian is still playing. Sindoro is still playing in a very, very interesting position. Both the sides have a good pawn passer. Position is super complex that even Stockfish doesn't know who's better. And the time is also low for both the players. Arvind is completely winning because he has his A passer combined with the pair of bishops and a light square bishop. The squares that this light square bishop controls cannot be prevented by the black. They don't have the resources. They don't have a light square bishop of their own. Sankalp Gupta is the other Indian game, and Sankalp is a little bit worse. It's two minor pieces against the rook, but in in-games, rooks are generally good because they can easily get inside the enemy lines. And black, on the other hand, also has a passed pawn, but the position is holdable, so it's not losing. It's just better. Leon Mendonca against Marcin. Leon is definitely struggling. It's slightly better for black here. Abhimanyu Mishra has defeated Ritvik Raja. The game transmission seems to have stopped here, but I don't doubt the result. But a lot of transmission seems to have stopped at this point. There is a lot of incomplete games. It's a bit of a shame that Sharjah, is such a big tournament, such an expensive tournament, somehow can't get this broadcast right. Every single time there's a glitch. How is Aditya Mittal doing? Aditya is also struggling. He's an exchange down, and black is a bit better. Abhijit just has a normal position, I guess. So that's the roundup of the Sharjah games. Lot of results, lot of early results. Arjun won, Pranav lost, Setu drew, SL drew, Nihal also drew. Arvind is winning, so he's continuing in his fine run. And Sankalp is struggling, but he could hold this one. Leon is also struggling, but he can also end up holding this one. Which is why Anshika only plays single day tournaments. Because first day the tournament is filled with glitches. And Anshika's opponent's play is filled with glitches, is it? Okay, let's get this title Tuesday over with. Just about uh, just about 2 minutes to go for the next game. Let's see if we can make a final dash and try and finish off with 8 points. So, Anshika is a glitch. Can't disagree with that. Truer words hasn't been spoken, I must say. I'm really curious and interested in the Abhimanyu Purani. at the one game. But yeah, we have to live with this. Yes. So that is pretty much all the Indian games which are going on right now. Pranav Anand is also defending against Taidai one, but I think he will hold this. With that, let's return back to the title Tuesday. Kakashi Srinath, why don't you stream often? Bro, I stream extremely often. I literally stream every week. How more often do I have to stream? How much more often? And we have round. Let's go. E4, E5, knight 3, D6, knight 3, and E4, E4. We develop. Well, I'm just filled with adrenaline and it feels like my opponent is playing so slow. F3 doesn't feel like a great move by him. Need to keep this under control. In any case, this knight will watch over the d4 pawn. So right now e4 is moving into preventing d4, which will knight maybe get queen f8 and rook d8. All about trying to get the d4. So, so thought he might. Ah, but I missed 90. So bad of it. The problem is this is also we had to give up the exchange and play. Fortunately, nothing seems to be working. Like 8 out of 11 is a bit difficult. Take this, cannot have it. Now maybe not trade the queen. No? Here's queen d5 and knight g5. Looks very dangerous to me. It also looks completely lost. There is no counter play at all. No danger in his position. Gonna be as night. I think that dark square bishop was also, I think, not great for us. Let me just attack this for a minute. Try to hold on as long as we possibly can. Queen f6. So stopping the queen trade also hardly hits it one way or another. Just take on, but my rook will get pinned. He'll play rook e1 now. H6 is not a threat right now. Do this. Um, we have some holding chances right now. Like, oh, this is one, I guess. Was the best outcome also. We did not have to give up that one. I can't believe I blended this one. Oh my god. Last one was a blender. Anything else worked? Like I could have taken this first and then played D3, it would have won. But D3 directly was a blender. And this endgame is so winning for me. But here also I blended a piece. But how? Ah, because D4 pawn is 9. So rook e8 check forces king f3 and he could take bishop d8. Crazy, crazy swindle. Had no business of winning that one, but unspoon 1999. Hikaru drew against Grishchuk. Meanwhile, Anish seems to be doing pretty well. 8 out of 9. Willem has lost another game. 7 out of 9. Savita has lost some of the team. There are a lot of people on 6 out of 9. It's crazy. This Vidit is taking a break today. Catch Kovi. See that we have defeated a couple of times earlier. Couple of openings I learned as a child. Apparently they still do work. I don't know why these things happen with our brain. King will have safe haven on h2 for now. The end of everything will be a pawn. So things have kind of worked out, I guess. It still has a little more activity than ideally didn't want to take that pawn. So no, also saw no harm in not doing. Trying to get some bishop g5 and develop our last piece into the game. I wouldn't mind if he plays bishop d6. I wouldn't mind just going king g1 either. Let him take bishop to g3. It'd be good to get into a position where like less equal, but he's the one struggling to make a draw, like a two results position. I'm sure that must be outside his comfort zone given the opening that he played, which was like an aggressive counter-attacking attempt. Bring our own group into the game. Working f6. Weakens this diagonal in the future if it ever becomes relevant. This pawn is attacked, I guess. Also into the game. Bishop to g5 is tempting. Bishop to g5, ideally g5. Super tempting. So tempting that we have to go for it. An irresistible temptation. By force, no? I think something. Okay, you can sit back and relax. For this, there is queen hex energy. Okay, queen g7. T6, I saw knight e4 here, but now I see that it doesn't really work. I can play knight f7 check. Another quick win from 1e4. It was not as quick as the dragon game, but okay, we'll take it. How many moves was this? This was 29 moves. How's Prag doing? Prag is on 8, playing against Grishchuk. It's a nice technical position for Grishchuk. I think he'll keep trying to grind us. Wow, we have learned chess with Dimple here. Hi, thank you. Checkmate Global Academy is any chess partner? What do you mean? Akashi, I often struggle in the middle game after the opening, don't know what to do. So once you've developed all your pieces, you control your center and these kind of things. Then the next thing, try and look for pawn breaks. Because what pawn breaks can do in your position is it can open up lines for your pieces. It can create avenues. So we need to, create situations for our pieces to go to. We need to create places for our pieces to go to, and you can do this by creating pawn breaks. So I think after the opening, this is the next thing that you should, in general, be doing. Rishchuk is completely winning this one. Rook d7 is incoming, and why he didn't play that? Because I guess he doesn't want to do something direct as much as possible, but also delaying it creates potential for counterplay. Was Rook d7 a move later than I think I did? Now maybe Bishop d5. This is his intent. Rook b8 is a threat. Rook b8 now there's knight d6. King f3 will also works. Ah, this is good for Prague. I think. This is good for Prague, and the worst is over. Prague can even take over this position. So the Grishchuk panics with less time. I mean, who can play with 1 second? Grishchuk should already be happy with that. This is interesting. Things are good for Grishchuk, but yeah, a6, a7 is coming. Rook d5, king c1, and bishop to b5. Hikaru has won. Anish also defeated somebody, so Anish has a very impressive tournament today. 9 out of 10. Anish beat Aliza, but I guess not many other Grandmaster opponents today. He's just done. He just played consistently. Dimple, what openings do you suggest against B4? Today has been a Dutch day for me. The Dutch is one interesting choice. Kings Indian is an also a pretty fighting opening. Everything hinges on the last round now. Couple of games still going on. Jospin should win this. I guess the last round in the at the top, a lot of people will make a draw. Hikaru has to win the first prize though, and Hikaru might play against Ivy. This is interesting. In that case, I guess Krishchuk will play against Domingos. Jospin has also won, so I don't know. Krishchuk should probably play against Bilbao. I'm playing against Savita in the last round, so let's see how this goes. I'll keep the standings open on the side. 3, 3, 5. Yes, we started a YouTube. Since I like a bit more as white, a bit more. There's an interesting concept with D6. Another option is to play Queen E5. A6 doesn't quite feel great. Probably good for her. Rook D1. If I'm going to get one shot of Rook D1. Okay, so just start with should be good. Takes D4. This should be Bishop E6. Rook Queen B4. This is kind of the position that I wanted to get out of the opening. Quite symmetrical position. Yeah, Bishop E6 is what I thought she might play. I guess I wanted Queen B4 here. So 95, I have 95. Sound check. 58 doesn't quite feel good. Queen for now. Now one option is I can play 94 and trade this bishop, which looks good to me. So I'll just go for it. Black will probably be stuck. Stuck. Black's position definitely feels stuck. We have threats like knight d3, knight f4 in the air. thought I could take this pawn, but maybe she doesn't mind that to try and get some counterplay. Yeah, I think we should just take the pawn and play. Eight we go queen g. General, I really like this f4 square for knight. With e5, where is the knight one? Potentially to g4. One idea is to play queen of 6, queen 9. I can play h3 and drive her. I have to see what the shoe. After knight takes d1 or rook takes d1, either way, I think I'm winning one. Does seem like I'm winning a piece. Queen 3. Four. Here. So finishing with the usual 8 out of 11, but horrible play. Horrible, horrible, horrible play. How is Anish finishing this one against Hikaru? This will be a lot of fun. I don't like Hikaru's king position, so right now in favor of Anish. But then the guy is like crazy good at managing these situations with 15 seconds each. It's unbelievable. Yeah, he defends this. Now knight goes to d5. It's amazing how much he has improved his position. When we started looking at this, it was clearly in favor of black, I think. Okay, the king can go to a2. Pawn goes to c7. Okay, the other pawn goes to b6. And now I think white is just clearly winning. Black got nothing done while Hikaru just improved his position so much. He just played so fast. B7 wins. Amazing, amazing play by Hikaru. Crazy. Which brings us to the Grishchuk game, and Grishchuk is losing against. Oh, wait. Grishchuk is black. So Grishchuk is the one playing for win, but this should be a draw. The thing is, white can even take on f7 in a lot of these positions. So this. Oh, wait. He can bring the king to e8. So Grishchuk is also winning this one. Both of them with 10 and a out of 11. It's all on the tiebreak. And the tiebreak is completely random, but I have a feeling that Grishchuk might have the better tiebreak. At least I'm rooting for Grishchuk. F5 check. E5. No, you have to be careful. The pawns can get blockaded. So Grishchuk is being careful here. King d6, yeah. E5 check. With the king on d5, the pawns could have been blockaded, but now no. F3 is a threat. Knight d3, king f5. Okay, king d5 also works. The idea is to get the pawn to e4. Knight d6. Knight f5. Very, very slow, very methodical. Knight f7. Okay, knight c4 also works. Then e4. king g4 now. His knight will go to d3. F3 check. Now it should be a direct win. d2, knight e3, I guess. Knight f1 is a threat. I guess king comes to no. Actually, yeah, very okay. Look at the pre-move trick. He actually went a pre-move trick. That was quite instructive. E1 queen, very instructive move because king into e1, king e3, king f1, f2 wins. So he made this little pre-move trick. In case black played king e3, king into e1 is a draw. F2, king f1, king f3 is a stalemate. Nice, nice trick, but Grishchuk is too aware. But Hikaru is the one who takes it in the end. Hikaru wins, Grishchuk is second, Jospam is third, Anish with the fourth place, not bad at all. Snow Lord with number 5, wonderful time on 6th, unlucky. Chess Child Ilamparthi 7th, also unlucky, fantastic performance. Prague also ended up with 8 out of 11 after such a good tournament, 7 out of 7. But in the end, we both fall to the same points. This is GB Harshawardhan, regular in Title Tuesdays, also with 8 out of 11. I'm the almost the last in my group with 8 out of 11 because couldn't score so many points. There doesn't seem to be that many today. See, Gotham Chess with 7 out of 11, so this is Oro Postino with 6.5. It was a very strong Title Tuesday today, though. 747 players. An insane number. Indeed, indeed, great play by Krishna there. Dimple, I love Catalan as white because Catalan is the best choice. As black against d4, I struggle also. Well, you can try out the Dutch, you can try out the Kings Indian. And before we tune out, again, a quick check, a quick roundup of Sharjah, where a lot of results are out. This is a general overview of sorts. I can actually make this bigger and bring myself forward and see all the games. There are only 4 games going on right now, and a lot of these boards are stuck. Aditya's is stuck. Avjit Gupta's is stuck. I don't even know why they have live transmission. But anyway, Arjun won, Setu drew, Pranav lost, SL drew, Nihal drew from a precarious position. Arvind won as expected, and Pranav won and lost actually. Sankalp managed to draw a tough game, and Ronak had such an early draw, and I was a bit surprised. Ritvik lost. Leon also lost. Wow, Abhimanyu drew against Adiban in this position. The Adiban of the old would have played on. He wouldn't have agreed for a draw in this position. And Harika drew. So that's basically the roundup of the round 1 of Sharjah. And that brings an end to today's stream. It was a very tired stream actually. I was incredibly tired. So not sure if I should have turned up today, but we managed to do it. We managed to stay on here and score 8 points, which only looks good on points, but in terms of the quality of games, it was a terrible Title Tuesday today. And I was on 5 out of 8 at one point with several bad games that I wouldn't even qualify into the top 500 of Kramnik's list. But yeah, that's the Title Tuesday today. Prediction for RCB versus CSK is going to rain in Bangalore. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and see you all in another stream. I don't know when, but let's see. Maybe in the something in the next few months. Chalo. Bye bye. See you all. Thank you so much.